On a quirky night, Tony hugged Ajay, giving lonely Ajay a rot to get the warm. But when considering drugging the man, he hesitated, putting the drugs back. Soon, Ajay and Tony confirmed their relationship. Tony posed fancy ways while Ajay photographed. A new hobby for Ajay. They shared meals in a restaurant, passing notes. Ajay feared silent communication might tire Tony out. Tony countered, saying, "You deserve me doing this." So, they enjoyed a romantic afternoon. Soon after, Ajay brought Tony home only to find himself back in his old bad habit. He poured water for Tony but, seeing Tony's emotion, chose to pocket the drugs. His little angel of mercy was at work. In their honeymoon phase, they played games at home and got so absorbed they fell asleep. The next morning, Tony woke up and said he had to work. Ajay was quite reluctant about this, thus taking advantage of the moment while Tony was engrossed in packing his luggage. Ajay took a hammer, hid it, and slowly approached Tony. Meanwhile, Tony was seriously writing a guarantee he'd return next week. Touched by Tony's promise, Ajay halted his attack, but soon after, Tony's mom discovered he was missing. She went to the police to report it, but the cops didn't look for Tony at all. So Ajay had to put up missing Tony posters all over. Ajay sought help in the park, witnessing this scene and secretly donating 100 knife coupons to Tony's mom, feeling immense regret as he watched her. So it turned out that Tony returned to Ajay's place because he left his keys behind, but unexpectedly he was met by Ajay's malicious lunging and got knocked out. Ajay couldn't help but sigh, love is really a torture. Meanwhile, he wondered how to cook a delicious dish of human meat. He started rummaging for fresh meat, heating oil, sprinkling it with pepper and cooking it until golden brown, all while imagining the most elegant cuisine and craving another battle. When the sun sets, Ajay plays a visual game with roadside boys, just needing a few photos. He hypnotizes the boys, placing them on his lap as if they were mere toys, and then brings out the drill ready to create a new toy, drilling a hole in the boy's head, perfectly showcasing the skills that his father taught him. Then, the boy wakes up and finds Ajay's nowhere to be. He limped out, while Ajay came back, only to bump into the police, neighbors, and the little boy gathered at the apartment door. The neighbors reported the boy's odd situation to the police, while Ajay claimed, "This boy is my drunk boyfriend who ran out after we had a fight." Despite neighbors suggesting sending the boy to the hospital, the police decided to trust Ajay, believing he was just drunk. They accompanied Ajay to take the boy back, casually inspecting Ajay's house, missing the corpse hidden under the bed, while the police totally ignored it. After police left, Ajay picked up the drill, its whirring reached neighbor Black Sister through the vent. Black Sister thought the boy might have been harmed and, feeling anxious, dialed the number of the 2 police officers from earlier. The neighbor asked the police if they confirmed the boy's safety and wanted to know if he was an adult, as she had seen him on the street capturing autumn scenes, looking like a minor. Police replied they had confirmed it was just some matter between gay men and told the neighbor not to worry before hanging up. But the next day, while at home watching TV, Black Sister heard Ajay's chopping sounds through the vent. A foul smell wafted in, nearly knocking her out. Black Sister knocked on Ajay's door, asking what was going on. Ajay claimed he was just trying out a new barbecue recipe and promised he would toss it out once he was done. When Black Sister returned from shopping during the day, she met a friendly new male tenant who offered to help with her bags. Black Sister warned him of the unsafe neighborhood, advising to avoid strangers. Yet, most are good, just occasional odd ones. Just as she waved goodbye to the man, she turned around and literally bumped into the unfortunate Ajay. Black Sister could only silently pray that the man was okay. That night, Black Sister was jolted awake again by the sounds of screams and fighting from Ajay's room, immediately getting up to call the police. However, every time she called, police brushed her off as if witness reports didn't matter. The next day, Black Sister brought the landlord to check on the new tenant, knocking on the door, but sadly, there was no response. The landlord complained that he had no authority to open the door, so he lodged a complaint, saying the foul smell coming from Ajay's room affected his life. The landlord smelled the stench and immediately asked Ajay to move out within 30 days. Ajay was furious, realizing Black Sister had complained. Ajay could only visit Black Sister, begging her to retract the complaint, while offering her some cooking. He still had no idea what kind of meat it was. However, despite the pressure, Black Sister's attitude remained unyieldingly firm. She was unwilling to eat, and equally determined not to withdraw the complaint. Ajay, with no other option, had to leave obediently. In reality, his journey of creative endeavors did not cease as a result. Every night, Black Sister still heard cries for help and chopping sounds. If she kept calling, how would she know this was an urgent matter? When she reported it, they brushed her off again. So, Black Sister went to check for more sounds. One day, Ajay's fridge was empty, so she went to the bar for fresh stock. Neighbors reminded her of the unbearable smell. Ajay didn't care because strangers complained several times and the police brushed it off. So, she lured a man back using a $50 bar ticket. On entering, the man sensed something wrong in the room, foul odor. Ajay didn't open windows, making it creepier. Ajay picked up a knife, smiling, "If you dare leave, I won't be nice." He wanted him to sit and watch a horror movie. This invitation clearly escalated the man's fear, yet Ajay leaned closer, pressing his ear against the man's heart. She whispered, "I'm going to eat you soon," and at that moment, the man's heart raced. "On. Don't stay here." Terrified, he smacked Ajay on the forehead, grabbed a lamp, and smashed it against her, managing to escape. But to his surprise, Ajay didn't flinch. This guy still had some class.